Hello, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to this special podcast series, Moments of Understanding, happening during Autism Awareness Month at the station of Radio Olive. I'm your host, Alia Masoodi, founder, Family Bond. I have some questions for you. What if autism is not about how we see, but how we fail to understand it? What we call as misbehavior is actually a communication that we are not ready to understand. And are we truly seeing a child or a misbehavior in front of us? Dear listeners, sometimes it's not that children don't understand us. It's that we don't try to understand what they are trying to communicate to us. And in between this gap, understanding and behavior, a lot of things get lost. Today's conversation is not about clinical diagnosis or labels. We're going to talk about underneath the surface. What happens beneath the surface? When a child feels overwhelmed, he gets disconnected and is being constantly corrected around. I have with me two experts today. More than that, they are the people who work with these children every day closely, and they can see something that we often miss. I have with me Mr. Sani Al-Nyami, right? Speech pathologist. And on my right, I have Arfan, who is working as a behavioral therapist at Omega Center. Welcome to this special podcast series. I would like to ask you if you can just give us a bit of introduction.
I'm Sani Naim. I've been a speech language pathologist for the past 28 years. I was heavily involved with the ASD children for the last 15 years. I was involved also in the Ministry of Public Health strategy for the state of Qatar. I was on the committee of the Autism diagnostic and intervention standards. And I've been involved with children with autism till the extent that I loved dealing with them, loved understanding what you have just said, what's beneath the surface.
Truly. Thank you so much for joining me for this conversation. Arfan, tell us something about you.
Yes, myself Arfan, and I am a consultant psychologist, a behavior therapist, and an RCA licensed special educator. I have been working in India for past 2 years. Along with that, here in Omega Center of Person with Disabilities for the past 6 months. And in my line of work, I'm a psychologist and a special educator, but I would prefer being a behavior therapist because I love being with the kids, not just being love or I'm just passionate about to understand the reason behind those behaviors. Why actually the behavior keeps happening. And I want to understand the children better and to able to communicate, to able them to communicate us in a positive way, in much more appropriate, in an adaptive way. So that's what I think thrives towards my passion. Yes.
Thank you so much for joining me for this conversation. Let's start with you. I want to know something like in a deeper level from your expertise, your profession. What it's actually, when a child feels disconnected, he's not able to communicate, what he actually wants to tell us.
Okay, let's differentiate first of all between disconnected and not being to communicate. Disconnecting doesn't mean necessarily that he is unable. Maybe he's able, but he is sending us many messages. For example, if the child is overwhelmed, he would show himself, or he would be disconnected, overwhelmed sensory, overwhelmed from too much language being used, overwhelmed from too much orders being given. So he will just go to the safer side and just be disconnected. What if we consider for one moment that no, he is able, but he doesn't want. He doesn't want because he is totally focused on something sensory. He is totally focused on an idea regarding the same person he's talking to, but it is not on the same subject. He's not on the same page with me. So this means he has the ability, but he has his own agenda. his own agenda is coming from, he wants to feel more safe, he wants to be
Understood.
less overwhelmed from the many information he's getting, whether sensory, whether linguistic, emotionally. He wants to calm himself down because maybe he's feeling from previous experiences that this conversation will lead to a stressful situation. So why not? I will stop here so I will not reach this point. This is some of the messages that the child will send to us if he is disconnected. It doesn't mean necessarily that he is unable to communicate. Maybe he's able or maybe he's unable. But if he wants to communicate, he will communicate at least with the minimum level of communication. But if he disconnects directly, from my experience, I would suspect these messages and I would go to try to find out the real reason of this connection.
Arfan, I would like to know from your perspective as well. If a child feels disconnected, he's feeling overwhelmed. Okay,
Yes,
as you're a behavioral therapist,
Yes.
he's feeling overwhelmed. What is happening underneath?
Yes, from my perspective, I would like to believe that the children might show tantrums and overwhelming behaviors. And usually these tantrums are goal-directed behaviors. They know if I cry, I might be able to escape from this activity or escape from the surroundings, whatever. But overwhelming, on the other hand, it can be due to various issues like a lot of sensory overload, like Sir said, and it can be due to facing strangers. For example, if the parents are taking the children towards the mall, they might not be getting that exposure, so they might be visiting the mall for the first time, or a new mall or a new park. So
Exactly.
from that perspective, the children might be seeing all those, like maybe they might be sensitive to the light or a new surroundings, strangers, so they might be overwhelmed. So from the parents' perspective, the parents should understand, okay, my child is new to the situation. Instead of asking what, they should ask why my child,
Exactly.
why my child is actually showing this overwhelming behaviors, why my child is crying or laying down or showing those things.
Exactly.
So from what I have to say to the parents is that instead of reacting, respond to the child first, and respond in a positive way, and in a, what to say, not hurting their feelings, and
Compassion,
with
empathy,
a compassion, with an empathy. Yes.
yeah.
And before all these things, let's make the parents aware that they can prepare a daily chart activities. Maybe from the child itself, the child can prepare a daily schedules. I can visit the park, I can do these activities, so that the child will be aware, okay, today I am going to this park. Okay, then what the parents can do is that the parents can create a similar scenario using their tablets or devices and show them these are the interiors, these are how it is going to be. And also they can expose using gradual exposure, they can ask the the parents can ask the child to listen to those noise, like, because they will get adapted slowly. They're using a gradual exposure.
Exactly.
So that when they goes towards these malls and these new situations, they will be able to cope much more effectively. Rather than accepting the maladaptive behavior, they can turn those behaviors into the adaptive ones, and enabling the parents to have a better experience, to have a better opportunity for the child to thrive through these situations, ma'am.
It is also, I think, sorry,
Yes.
it is also helpful if we let, yani, in addition to of course all the wonderful things you said, if we let the child lead.
Yes,
Okay,
that's true.
so for me as a speech language pathologist, for example, I would check what are the very favorable activities for the child, because it will make him less stressed, and it will be amusing for him. From these activities that he likes to do, I can gradually put some exercises or do some goals regarding, for example, the expressive language. For example, he likes to shoot the ball, but he doesn't say ball or shoot. Okay, so why not I can merge these activities? I'm letting him lead, do whatever he wants, and I'm putting whatever goal I want into action with his lead.
So the role of a parents here comes a lot, right?
Yes, yes.
Because in education center, they already have that environment and the
Yes.
specialist. So here parents need to educate themselves,
Yes.
right? That's the role of the
Not
parents.
only first educating themselves, we will have to introduce the parents towards certain techniques like AAC, alternative augmentative communication systems, like pegboards. Maybe that like
many things, but before that, yani, since we went into the AAC, before that we have to educate them about what is the case exactly, what we can expect, and for me, I always like to give the parents good expectations. On the opposite of many people who are saying that no, it's not realistic. Actually, we have many examples in the world
Yes.
for ASD, for people under the spectrum that reach to a very positions. Okay, so this is the first thing. But even if we have to use the AAC from a professional point of view, we will use it to facilitate communication
Yes.
till we reach to a verbal communication.
Yes.
Okay.
That's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah, yeah.
See,
Exactly.
Mr. Sani, as you have worked with this communication with children, what I have heard from the parents, we're talking about the role of parents. I remember some parents saying like they're constantly correcting their children, right? They're constantly correcting their children, and it becomes very exhausting, very exhausting. So, what do you think? Like, what is the reason? What are they actually doing the wrong? What is happening here?
Let's try to reach to the right question. As a parent, you want your child to communicate or to communicate perfectly.
Communicate.
To communicate as a beginning. This is the normal development, because children, when we are born, we are trying to communicate. That our communication becomes more complicated and better and perfect, right? So we want him to communicate as a beginning. Okay, we all know the word lead by example. So for example, if I hear my child says car go, yeah, the car went to the other street, so I'm modeling. Okay, then the main thing, I shouldn't put my child under the stress of being in an exam all the time.
To prove himself.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
Because see, he will be seen, he will try. Okay, then if all the time he's under the stress of no, that's not right, you should say it like that, so why the headache?
Yes.
It will be exhausting.
Exactly.
It will be
Exactly.
exhausting.
So I'll model. I want a true conversation, a successful conversation, not a perfect one. As a parent, I should think about
Yes.
it.
Not get into that trap of perfection.
Perfection.
Exactly.
And unfortunately, so I want to add on to that.
Of course.
Many parents might always crave for the perfection from their point of view, but in the child's perspective, he's actually doing good. He's actually trying to communicate. Nothing is important than something. He's trying to communicate. And the other one thing which I want to add is that when we see a like unwanted or maladaptive behavior, parents tend to punish them or take away things, punish them. But we are, or like from parents' perspective, they are not trying to see what the child is actually developing, what is actually progressing. So let's focus on the positive aspect, reinforce the child, and take that as a base, and then develop.
Exactly.
Instead of going as a punishment. It does not work for such kids.
Yeah, true.
And the reward, that's how the dopamine works. So they craves for these rewards, and the child tends to do more and more. And that's how we use in our center. That's what I use for my kids. And it's actually developing, and it's actually benefiting. And the changes have been seen, and the parents are happy about that too.
Okay.
By the way, it's logic.
Yes,
It's
that's
logic.
logic.
For example, just one addition to this point. As adults, if we have two ways to reach to the same goal, okay, which way we will choose, the easy way or the hard way? We will choose the easy way. This is logic, okay?
Yes.
So why we blame the children when they use the easy way? Because the other way is hard. The other way may be more complicated. The other way may give them blame or stress or whatever.
Yes,
So
yes.
for sure, it's logic what they are doing. This is what parents should understand.
Yeah.
They should understand the reason.
They should treat them as children.
Yes.
Exactly.
Not treat them as parents.
Exactly.
Yes,
Look
yes.
at them as adults.
Yes.
They are kids. They're learning. They're exploring. That is, and I don't think it's actually what do you say, like the mistakes of parents. It's actually that conditioning, we come from to
Mhm.
prove ourselves,
Yes.
and that fear of society, and that
Yes, yes.
comparison they
We-
have to
As
witness.
parents, we want all our children to be perfect.
Perfect.
But
yes.
how we will make our children perfect? This
Perfect.
is the question.
Yeah.
That's the lack of stigma in the parents.
Exactly.
Because the parents are taught in a conventional method. If I give
Traditional.
this,
Traditional method.
Yes, it should work like this.
Yeah.
But actually,
have to
it's
break
not
that.
working.
For the-
We have to break that.
We should break
We have to heal ourselves. Again, we come to that. We have to unlearn then and relearn.
And for
Yeah.
the parents of the ASDs, I've been dealing with cases with children with autism for a long time. What I really believe, personally, I really believe that each child under the spectrum with autism, he has a certain ability or
Yes, yes,
certain
yes.
skill
Yes.
that if we already discover or not discovered yet, hasn't been discovered yet, he would be the best one in this skill or this ability on this planet.
Yes.
True.
Okay?
True.
So what we have to do, what I believe that as parents, as specialists, as involved with the ASDs, we should really try to discover for each child what
Their ability.
exactly,
Yes, exactly.
exactly.
Yes,
Recognize
yes,
that. Truly,
Yes.
truly.
And
I would like to ask you, what
Yes.
in your experience or expertise, what is that one shift? Let's put it in few words so that it becomes easy for parents to understand. What is that one shift that parents can make, which can, in this difficult situation, that can make things easy for them? One shift.
just one shift, understand the child better and the reason behind the behavior. That's what. Try
Understanding the
try to understand the child. Yes, that's what. Instead of reasoning and ask yourself what the child actually wants, what the child is actually trying to
Exactly.
communicate. Then we can bring a big change in this child.
Being a family well-being specialist,
Yes.
you said from your expertise perspective, what I say, have compassion. Have compassion and empathy towards your child.
Yes.
This is what I advise families, that this is what you have to do. If you start empathizing with your child and having compassion, you'll understand
Yes,
him.
yes, yes.
First thing is
And have
being
compassion
human.
on yourself as a
Yes.
parent, because again, you're putting stress on yourself that I want my child now to be
Exactly.
perfect as
Yes, yes.
it won't happen.
And one thing I will have to add is that break all the societal barriers.
Yeah,
Be
Yes.
non-judgmental. It's
Of
your
course.
child. It's yours.
it doesn't matter
And-
for anyone.
Yes,
It-
exactly.
Okay, Mr. Sani, so what is something that I want to know, that something parents are trying too hard to do, which you have seen while interacting with the parents? They are trying to do hard, but it might not actually be helping the child.
Usually, they come to the specialist because their children are not speaking in the right way. Okay, and this would be very odd to say because I'm a speech language pathologist. I believe that behavior affects everything.
Yes.
Behavior usually is the main reason for, let's say, 80 to 90% of the problem.
Because
Okay.
environment.
Exactly, because if we just speak about communication, if we talk about communication can be done with gesture. I can transfer the message to you with a gesture, with an eye blink, with anything. It's not that my child is not speaking. You want him to speak like yourself. It will not happen now. We should search what made him not speaking and not communicating. Okay, so my advice also to the parents: you want him to communicate, to transfer messages, to get messages from your side, and you don't want him to be perfect in that. You don't want him to understand a very, very complicated message. You want him to interact. This is what you want. Put that in mind. This interaction, it would start from being easy with a very simple language, okay, with a very minimum amount of data to be processed, with less sensory inputs during this, okay. You will find him coping and evolving by himself, because this is the natural way of language development. So why you want to take it from the top? take it from the bottom. It's very easy.
True, right.
Yes.
So coming back to you, Sani, I want to ask you, like, what do you think children feel when they are constantly being misunderstood and like corrected all the time? How do they feel as a behavioral therapist?
Like I said, they feel irritated and no, it's too much. Yes, it's too much for them because they are being pressurized, they are being forced, and like from a child, they are doing better. They are doing what they are capable of, and they are trying their best. And here, what matters is that the expectation from the parents, they expect the child to do better, but they are not actually viewing that their child is developing, their child is getting improvements.
But in his own speed and pace, right?
Yes,
In
yes,
his own-
exactly. That frequency matters. The parents suddenly can't expect their child to be 90 or 100.
Yeah.
No,
It's a
it's not
process.
possible. It's a process,
Process.
a slow process. That's
Mhm.
what the parents should understand first.
Mhm.
And it takes time. And what I have to add is that whatever achieved through time, it lasts longer.
Mhm.
I just want to add another part regarding this
Mm.
point. For the parent, put yourself in your workplace. If your manager comes to you every day, no, please do this like that.
Hmm.
Please do this like that. You will get bored. Okay, I won't do anything. Alas.
Put yourself in his shoes, in your child's shoes, right?
This is what mostly
Yes, yes.
happens. I'm always wrong. I'm always mistaken. I'm always being corrected. So I won't do it. Let me see how we're going to do it.
Right.
It's logical.
Compassion. That's
Exactly.
what compassion
Compassion,
is.
yes, compassion.
That's why I always talk about compassion, empathy.
Exactly.
Everything starts with compassion, empathy, to
Yes.
put yourself in another person's shoes, right? So I want you share with me a moment that has stayed with you as a therapist, as a specialist, with a child or with the parent that has stayed with you. You still remember something and that has caused impact.
Yes, I would like to share a case in my center. The child was showing lot of impulsivity which it's a very heavy frequency. And it took almost like 2 weeks to explore what is the triggering factor and where should I work on, or where should I find the spark in the child to elevate from that impulsivity and to improve his waiting or patience. So I introduced a traditional method called impulse control training with the basic concept that traffic light. The child already knows the
Stop
concept.
that. Yeah.
Traditional method. He already knows the concept of the colors. Green for go, yellow for wait, and red for stop. And here, when I introduced this traffic light, he was so happy and he was so wondering of this light, how the light passes. And when it reaches yellow, I asked him to wait like for first 10 seconds. Then I gradually increase the frequency to 30, 60, then 5 minutes. And he was, alhamdulillah, he was doing good with that thing. And when I showed this to the parents after like 8 weeks of session, it took nearly 8 weeks, and the parents was so much amazed and they was so happy. And that happy face from the parents, that was a reinforce for me also. Yes, so that's what actually the parents crave from us, that hope, and we are here to provide the hope for the parents.
Exactly.
That's what.
That's really nice. What about you? You must have a lot of
Experience.
experience.
See, for me, again, as a speech therapist, when a father or a mother hears the word mama or baba for the first time, there will be always tears coming. Okay, tears not only from the parent but from me as well.
True.
But one of the cases that I will never forget, he was a small child, 2.5 years old, just diagnosed, and his response were very, very limited. Me and my colleague, he was a behaviorist as well, and we were just like a team because we had many shared cases together. But in this specific case, can you imagine that he didn't even open his lips till it was dry? Okay. Now, alhamdulillah, he's one of the speakers in his school.
Wow.
MashaAllah.
Till now,
Wow.
it has been 8 or 9 years now.
9 years.
Yeah, till now, his parents are still communicating with me, and he's still calling me. Even if he's abroad, if he's coming, it's like that. He's the one calling me now.
Oh,
So,
mashallah.
Mashallah.
That's amazing. So you all also have these experiences,
Yeah.
that
Yes.
stay with
and
you.
it's very emotional, by the way.
Yeah,
Of
it
course,
is.
yes,
It
sir.
is.
It is
It
very
true.
emotional.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it's
And
true.
one thing we thrive so hard to work upon the child, and when the result starts emerging,
Yeah.
that's a reinforcement for
Yeah.
us.
Yeah,
Big
reinforcement
happiness
you,
for
right?
us.
I'll give you an
Truly.
example about the expectations of the parents,
Uh-huh.
by the way.
Okay.
I also had a case once that I started very late with him.
Mm.
Okay, he was 6 years, I think, or 6 years, 8 months exactly. He didn't even know how to blow. He didn't know how to do it. As per the DSM-4, our previous way of diagnosis, he was considered as a classic autism, classic ASD.
Okay.
Okay, even the eye contact, the repetitive behavior, everything, it was there. Okay, um, after maybe 3 years, alhamdulillah, not only me, again, it's a teamwork.
It's a teamwork.
It's
Yes,
a
yes.
teamwork. It
Collective
will
work.
never work with a speech language pathologist only, or a
Only
behaviorist
behaviorist
only, or
only. It's
no, it's
occupational
always
therapist, yes.
a teamwork.
Teamwork.
In one of the sessions, his father is coming to me. How is your son? He told me he's great, alhamdulillah, but I have something to tell you. Yes, he's requesting in a 2 to 3 word sentences. He's dealing with his sisters, but his voice is very low.
Okay.
I told him, your only problem now that his
Yes.
voice is low. He told me, yes. I told him, get out.
Yes. Sometimes the parents can also be annoying.
See
Oh
how
my
much is
God.
the
Yes.
Expectations.
Expectation.
Truly, truly.
Yes.
And
truly.
by the way, they have all the right to expect.
Yeah.
Again, we should put ourselves in their shoes.
Shoes,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
What
have
we
the
would
right.
like, we would like our children to be the best.
Great. Okay. So, lastly, I want to know from both of you,
Yes.
like, what is that one thing? Okay, we discussed so many things just during this episode. What is the one thing that you want to send, like a message to the parents from your expertise, from your own field? What is that one message you want to give the parents to focus on?
This process is a time-taking process, and don't give too much expectations, but be happy with every positive response your child gives. And yes, and be with the child, understand the child better. Inshallah, the child will be good and will have a better and good life along with us, and a better place for the world, for the child to thrive on.
Inshallah.
Yes.
Inshallah. What about you?
For me, okay. So let's make it logic a little bit. Let's think with the child about everything. Let's make it easier for him if I want him to do something. I should get him out of the stress position. I wouldn't put too much load on him. I should make it easier for him to understand. The environment would be easier. He would be more relieved. I want to communicate with him, not to have a perfect conversation. I want him to be able to transfer the information and to get it back, and to be involved in the community and the society with less than perfect. It's not my mission to make it perfect. It's my mission to let him be involved and communicate in a good way, or in the right way with the society. Make it easy on yourself. Yeah, it's
Yes.
better.
Great messages. What I would like to say is that have compassion for your child.
Yes.
Put yourself in his shoes and treat him like a human and a child,
Yes.
not at
Yes,
your own
yes,
level.
yes.
Thank you so much for joining me for this wonderful conversation. And it was truly, as I said in the beginning, I don't have more than experts. I have people who live it every day with
Yes.
these kids.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much for joining me.
You're welcome.
Autism is often spoken in terms of its challenges, behaviors, and therapies. But maybe at its core, it's asking us to slow down, to listen differently, and to connect in ways that were never taught to us. Because children are not asking us to fix them, they're asking us to understand them. That is where the real shift begins. When we understand them instead of fixing them, that is where we respond to them. Thank you for joining me for this conversation. Until next time, take care and Jio Bindas.